Hello everybody, G.reviewz here, and today again, bit of a different video. I was going to be lazy and put this into a short for YouTube, but I thought I'd actually talk about it, seeing as I haven't really uploaded a proper video. That hasn't been me sort of uploading weird stuff from Hogwarts Legacy. um, yes, today I'd like to talk about some of the vinyls that I found that I really love. And I'm not going to do this with gorillaz things because this channel is mainly focused on gorilla stuff, and I know this video probably isn't going to do as well, but I'd just like to just brush that aside for a minute and just talk about something else, just to keep things sort of fresh on this channel, or at least try to anyway. So the first vinyl album that I would like to talk about to some length is the one for the Queen's Gambit. I wasn't expecting to actually pick this up. I saw it in my local HMV store, which is like a music video DVD store, and it I watched bits of the Queen's Gambit. I don't have a Netflix account or anything like that, but I have watched bits of the Queen's Gambit legally. If people start harping on or something, and, it's really good. Anya Taylor-Joy, brilliant actress. Everybody in that film, brilliant actor, brilliant actresses, great music, and I absolutely love it. I also love the weird sort of angled look of the packaging, because the video's doing the optical illusion correctly, and it's supposed to look like a box, which is really cool. And the same on the back, which again is really cool. It does have all of the, obviously, all the different things on this, but the one thing I really love with this vinyl in particular is that it's different in that you have to take them out from the top. If I'm actually grabbing on to the vinyls, which frankly can be a bit awkward at times, as you're seeing now, because some of them can get a bit stuck. But the way that they've done these vinyls, which I absolutely love, is that one of them is white and the other one is black. So it's like a chessboard. They could have just gone the normal boring route and just done both vinyls black. But the fact that they actually did, it's slipping down, but the fact that they actually did one black, one white, I think is really cool. There's a lot of, obviously, classical music on this album, while classical music tends to not really be my thing. Sometimes it is nice to just put on and sit down, because on the actual sleeves where the vinyls are, there is a write-up of scoring the music and things like that. So it's nice that you have some extra things to read through whilst you're listening to the vinyl. I love stuff like that. Same with albums also having the lyrics to songs as well on the covers. Yeah, a really cool little vinyl for people who have seen the Queen's Gambit and didn't know things like this existed. They do. You can buy the soundtrack. If you don't have a record player, you will need to get a record player. But yeah, it's really cool. From what I've seen of this series minimally, it's actually really recommended. It's really good. It's really good. So, on to the next vinyl. Again, Wasn't really expecting to pick this one up, but I took a shot in the dark with this one because I was hoping they would actually do um, like coloured vinyls for this particular one as well. And that is the Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart vinyl soundtrack. Now, the other thing that also drew me into this was the absolutely gorgeous artwork here, which is just filled to the brim, I'm sure, with references. But also on the inside, this awesome piece of artwork as well, which, if possible, I might actually pick up another couple copies of this and see if I can get a custom frame built, because I want to display this and I also want to display that alongside the vinyls. Now, what I like that they've done with this is that, as you can see, the back of this nor the inside have the song titles on, as would per your normal vinyl. That's obviously not interrupt the beautiful artwork on these. They have obviously included a sheet that holds all of the music titles on there, all of the credits, things like that, and also, yet again, another write-up piece on the game, and I'm sure its soundtrack. I haven't taken time to actually read this one yet. Also, another thing that I kind of prefer with vinyls, I don't know why, it started when I got my Nicki Minaj vinyl. I, for some reason, prefer when vinyls come in stuff like this. You know, there's no pictures on it, there's nothing, it's just a nice sort of little sheet of paper that holds the vinyl in. And it just looks a bit less in your face. Like, I get that obviously for gorillaz, putting this back in. I understand obviously for gorillaz, Hewlett wants to get the artwork that he's done out there, and you know, it's part of the brand of the band and things like that. But I do genuinely prefer things like this, because on one of them it is a nice orange, and on another one it is a nice deep blue. And as well, we just let them slide back down. On the centre, it shows more of that gorgeous artwork on there as well. Now, what little of the music I have listened to from these, I have yet to actually listen to the entire album. So if you the entire soundtrack. So if you want me to give my thoughts in the comments below, still do ask if you really want to, but it may take me a while to get to replying with my actual thoughts on these, because I've got quite a lot of vinyls to go and listen through at the moment. But I have listened to side A, with a couple songs from that, and it's great. I like it. It's, you know, it's very sort of poppy music, you know. But it has been a while since I have listened. So if in some time that I get a chance, I will refresh my memory. And if anybody comments asking my opinions on the music I will do my best to give an opinion. Ooh, I forgot about that. Back inside. So the next album is one that isn't near to me, but it's certainly something that me and my dad have bonded over, have enjoyed their music for a long, long time. And if you know me for my gorillaz stuff, you know I like my coloured vinyls and my picture discs. And that's not what I was expecting when I picked up Iron Maiden, Made in England '88. Because inside this vinyl is, again, stellar artwork for Iron Maiden, as usual. Same as on the inside as well. But what I genuinely was not expecting when I bought this was that their picture discs, I was expecting it to be a normal vinyl, like, you know, normal black vinyl. I was not expecting more exquisite Maiden artwork on these either. And I have actually listened to this whole album in full, and the recording for this album is really clear. The clarity on it is absolutely stunning. It's that, like, the voices can be heard. Obviously they sound quite distant because it's a live show, but obviously you can hear the crowd. It's, you know, if you've got some proper hi-fi headset on and you've got it obviously plugged into your record player, it is and you close your eyes, it's definitely going to sound like you're actually there. It's really cool. I almost wish, I don't know if this is going to sound weird, but I almost wish this came with like a CD that you could sync up with the audio from the vinyl, stick this on a nice, decent, big flat screen TV, plug your earphones in and get that all set up, and have like a visual accompaniment to this of a recording of the actual live performance. Now, I get that that might obviously bump the price up for this particular vinyl, but it would, in my opinion, sound brilliant. But I am sure that if I look hard enough online, I can find a recording of this particular live show, because it states what particular places was done. It was at Birmingham NEC on the 27th and 28th of November 1988. So, you know, if you were there with this, obviously, you'd have probably picked this up and got it signed and everything like that, which would be cool. But, you know, it would be nice to have like a visual accompaniment for something like this. I don't know if that's just asking too much. Yeah, it still is a really great album though. Like I said, the clarity on the recording is absolutely stunning. It's really crisp, really clear. You can hear every instrument in the band playing. You can hear all the lyrics really well. It's just really cool to sit and sort of listen along to. If you're an Iron Maiden fan and you have obviously been to Made in England '88. And last but not least, again, I know I've said this a lot in this video, but this definitely is a vinyl that I was not intending to pick up at all. But again, the artwork on the front just enraptured me. It caught my eye for some reason. Now, I've never played these games before in my life, frankly, because they are too hard for me. I just I can see the level of skill it takes to play these games, and it's just not for me. But I'm of course talking about the Demon Souls vinyl. Um, it's this artwork on the front. Whoever did this, teach me, teach me. It's wow. It's just brilliant. I love that it continues like the Ratchet and Clank one. It's not two separate images on the front and the back. It's one whole continuous, image. It's one whole continuous piece of artwork, which is absolutely amazing. And oh, blimey, it's doing that thing again. There we go. And what amazes me is that some of, like, I'm guessing this is like fire magic or something, correct me in the comments below, I know people are going to anyway. But some of the orange here has actually been given a bit of a gloss to it, so that when it catches the light, it has that sort of reflecting feel to it. They didn't need to do that, but they did, and it's actually kind of cool. I don't know if it adds to the artwork or not, but the cooler thing for this would have been that if all this orange stuff glowed in the dark, that would have been like next level for me. And even yes, even the back bits have it as well. Even down to the smaller details of these candles here catching the light and being reflective. So many different details, like these little embers as well falling down from the magic along here. Everything about, I could sit here and pick apart why I love the details on this particular piece of artwork, as well as the Ratchet and Clank artwork as well, for hours on end. And I love the inside. It's just this nice little simplistic piece. Some candles, and I'm guessing some magic. Again, not played Demon Souls. My camera just had a weird thing there. Not played Demon Souls, but I have listened to a little bit of the soundtrack again. It's one of those soundtracks that I do need to listen to the rest of, so I actually might put it on after I've done this video. Another thing comes in that packaging, or that sleeve, that I like, I prefer. It's nice sort of normal, although, to be honest, it does feel a little weird pulling white sleeves out of something like that, but I don't know if that's just me. But what I also was not expecting with these vinyls is it was, again, coloured, but I believe I still have a photo of this up on my community tab on this. But if you look closely, it's got like a weird sort of smudged paint effect to it. Probably be better if there you go. You can just sort of see it in the light. It's got this weird smudged paint effect to it that looks absolutely cool, but the actual vinyls themselves are like these weirdly rare golden discs that, it's just stunning to look at. Absolutely stunning to look at. And I'm glad that for the side A and B, that was side C and D, but for sides A and B, that they continued with the same thing on it, the same look. of that weirdly smeared paint effect. You know, it's just like paint has been splashed onto it. And if you catch it in the light just right, it looks like creased paper for some reason. I don't know why. It has these weird sort of... There, you can just kind of see it. It has these... I don't know if YouTube probably is going to compress this. But you can see the swirls of like paint or whatever's been applied to this all throughout if you just catch it in the light perfectly. Can you see it? There you go. It is just there. Again, sorry if you can't notice it, but there's a lot of little things to pick up on these vinyls if you just put them in the light correctly. I really, really like it. And I'm glad I can listen to the Demon's Souls music without getting frustrated and aggravated at actually playing the games. Although, from what I've seen of them, having looked them up, the remake, I don't know if this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but the remake does actually look really nice in terms of graphics and design. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion. I don't follow these things, but it looks nice. I like it. And again, the music is, I guess, very Demon's Souls. I don't know. There's a lot of choir music sort of thing. Yeah. So those were a small selection of vinyls that I found. Most last year and mostly in this year. No, mostly last year, I think. Yeah, a small selection of vinyls that I have found that really caught my eye, either sort of visually for the art, or it's just an abstract box that they've been put in and it's just something different to listen to. All of these, as you'd have guessed, have been coloured, have been picture discs, and that's a running... There's probably is definitely going to be a running theme for me on this channel. If I can find any more game soundtracks with coloured vinyls, weird coloured vinyls, I posted a picture on my community tab as well for the Wednesday vinyl that I just randomly scroll past on Instagram. Don't know whether or not I'm going to pick that up again. Haven't watched the show, but the vinyl does genuinely look absolutely amazing. So anybody who has watched the show, let me know in the comment section down below if the soundtrack is anything to be excited for, because if so, I'll probably pick it up, listen to it, give my thoughts on it when I've obviously finished with my plethora of other vinyls I need to get through. Anyway, I've been rambling on long enough for almost 24 minutes now, and I will just end the video here. Anything else that you wish to ask me about these vinyls, let me know in the comment section down below. As for where to get them, I know I'm probably going to be asked that a lot. I just so happen to come across these in my local music video store. I'm sure if you look around in record stores near where you live, you might come across them, or eBay, Amazon, Discogs. I don't really know where to suggest. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I would like to say leave a thumbs down and give me criticism in the comments. Well, not really criticism, like constructive criticism. on what to say. Stop saying all the time. It makes you sound like you're not doing on a script. I'm not doing on a script. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching the video. Leave a like if you did, leave a dislike if you didn't. I figured out that I can actually see dislikes in the YouTube Studio app. I shouldn't have said that now. YouTube's going to take it away. Shit. Bye-bye.